Don't you dare call this a parlor guitar! Hey everybody, Jace Allen here, welcome back to the channel. I recently released a video titled, "This $299 parlor guitar sounds like a cannon." In that video, I reviewed a guitar sold by a company in Washington State called Kennedy Violins. The guitar is part of their house brand called Antonio Giuliani. The model is the GP2, which they are calling a parlor-style guitar on their website. It features a triple-aught body, solid spruce top, and laminated rosewood back and sides. Typically, I review electric guitars in this channel, and I'm used to the usual comments about me playing out of tune and budget guitars made in China being cheap firewood, but I don't think I was quite ready for the reaction some people had to this video. Most often my guitar review videos receive several thousand views depending on the title, and if I'm comparing inexpensive budget guitars to more expensive name brand guitars. I think the last acoustic guitar video that I published on my channel for a cheap laminated acoustic guitar from Van Gogh didn't even hit 1,000 views. And before that, I did a review of an Epiphone acoustic guitar that didn't even garner 500 views. So imagine my surprise when this video reached almost 3,000 views in the first 24 hours after being uploaded. As of this video right now, it has over 25,000 views. So why so many views? How is it that this video is outperforming every video I've uploaded in the past few months? I can't be 100% sure, but I think it has something to do with the term parlor in the title of the video. Now keep in mind, I didn't label this guitar a parlor guitar. The folks at Kennedy Violins did in the description of the guitar on their website. But the comment section was filled with people telling me that this guitar is not a parlor guitar. In fact, the comment section of this video was unusually lively, with comments ranging from how unorganized I was, how I should research the guitar I'm reviewing before I review it, all the way to how bad the guitar sounded and my mispronunciation of the name Giuliani. The interesting thing is, I didn't review this guitar any differently than I do any other guitar on my channel. It's quite possible that the acoustic guitar players are even more sticklers for detail than their electric guitar counterparts. Here are just a few of the comments that I received about this video. Larry Gard wrote, "Your video might be a lot more interesting if you did your research before starting the camera." Dan Strackner 9053 said, "You wasted a lot of our time because you hadn't done your basic homework about the company before you started talking. You didn't even know the guitar was made in China. Then you played a parlor guitar and compared it to other guitars that weren't parlors. The first one was a Dreadnought. That's like comparing an apple to a kiwi. You then made excuses for some of the guitars because they had dead strings. So why did you play them? I liked the sound of the guitar you were reviewing, but too much of the time you seemed to be wandering in mazes lost. I won't be watching your reviews in the future because this one took much too long and was far too disorganized." Doug C. 9117 said, "Big difference between parlor and triple-aught." Fly on the Wall E3V said, "Can this guy play? Strums a few chords and then you get his review, LOL." Robert C. Bird posted, "Triple-aught and parlor-sized guitars are two different sized instruments." David Boyd 1617 wrote, "Giuliani is pronounced with a soft G like J, not a hard G. Given that Maru Giuliani is an extremely well-known 19th century composer of classical guitar music, not to mention the infamous politician Rudy, it's really irritating to hear it repeatedly mispronounced. Also, though they do call it a parlor guitar on their website, a triple-aught guitar is not remotely a parlor." Macmillan Scottish wrote, "Giuliani is pronounced Giuliani." Cheryl Evans 23 wrote, "Guy, you must rehearse your presentation before posting. It's unintelligible." And so on. The comments about being disorganized and how I should research the company of the guitar before I review it were kind of perplexing. I can't think of too many times when the electric guitar community criticized the way I present my reviews. In fact, I'm often complimented for my down-to-earth, easygoing, and honest presentation. But it seems the acoustic guitar crowd has a completely different set of standards. Here's how I approach reviews. A company, in this case Kennedy Violin, sends me an email. They ask if I would be interested in reviewing their product in exchange for getting to keep the product when I'm done, whether it be a guitar, an amp, or a pedal. The gear is the pay I receive for the video. No other money changes hands. I'm also free to review the guitar as I please and give my own honest evaluation. They ask for my shipping address and then send me the guitar. I get the guitar, bring it down here to the studio, and usually don't even open it up until I'm ready to shoot the video. Now, I could open the box, take out the guitar, tune it up, stretch the strings, do a complete setup and write a script, much like this one, and shoot what would basically amount to an infomercial about the guitar. But that's not what this channel is about. It's about seeing how you, the viewer, can expect to experience the piece of gear that I am reviewing if you happen to buy one yourself. If I open it up and the headstock is cracked, you'll see it pretty much in real time. If the neck is warped or the tuners don't work, you'll see it. I want you to see an honest review. Yes, I could do a better job of researching a company before I start the cameras, but I literally have 1 day a week to shoot and edit content and get it uploaded. This is not my job. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. Next is the criticism I received over the term parlor guitar. I decided to look up the term parlor guitar and see if it was an actual guitar shape or if it was simply a generic term for a type of guitar. Here's what the internet had to say on the matter. I did a Google search for what is a parlor guitar, and here was the result. A parlor guitar is a small vintage style acoustic guitar with a distinctive narrow and elongated body, smaller than standard concert or dreadnought guitars, and traditionally featuring a 12-fret neck joint. Its compact size, often featuring a mid-focused and compressed tone, makes it a comfortable and portable option ideal for specific genres like folk and blues and for players who prefer a smaller instrument. I then asked Google Gemini, is parlor a generic term for this type of guitar? Here was Gemini's response. Yes, parlor is a generic term for a type of small-bodied acoustic guitar. It does not refer to a specific brand or a trademarked model. Instead, the name is descriptive, hearkening back to the 19th and early 20th centuries when these smaller guitars were commonly placed in homes, specifically in the parlor or sitting room. The term parlor guitar generally describes an instrument that is smaller than a concert or double-aught size guitar. While there isn't a strict standardized set of dimensions that defines a parlor guitar, they typically share several key characteristics. Compact body. They have a noticeably smaller body, often more elongated body shape compared to more common acoustic guitar sizes like the dreadnought or jumbo. Shorter scale length. Many but not all parlor guitars have a shorter scale length, the distance between the nut and the saddle, which results in lower string tension and can make them easier to play. 12th fret neck joint. Traditionally, the neck of a parlor guitar joins the body at the 12th fret, which places the bridge further down the soundboard and contributes to their distinct tone. Modern variations, however, have a 14th fret neck joint. Focused tone. Due to their smaller body size, parlor guitars tend to have a more focused mid-range forward tone with less booming bass than larger guitars. This makes them well suited for fingerstyle playing, blues, and folk music. Today, numerous guitar manufacturers produce their own versions of the parlor guitar, each with slight variations in size, materials, and construction. The use of the term parlor by a wide range of companies underscores its status as a generic descriptor for this beloved and historically significant style of acoustic guitar. Now, if you go to the website of Taylor and Martin Guitars, arguably two of the most popular acoustic guitar brands in the world, there is no parlor guitar. In fact, Martin is the guitar brand that created the terms double and triple aught as it applies to guitar shapes. Guitar players are a unique bunch of people for sure. They are often passionate and argumentative when it comes to their favorite brands or type of guitar. They will gladly argue with you about the virtues of a 7-string guitar over a 6-string and complain heavily when you misrepresent or, heaven forbid, pronounce their favorite guitar name incorrectly. I've always known that electric guitar players exhibit a cult-like behavior when it comes to brands like Gibson, Fender, and PRS. But I wasn't quite prepared for the intense scrutiny that I received from the acoustic guitar crowd. So remember, you don't dare call this a parlor guitar. And as for my mispronouncing Giuliani, I got nothing. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you again next time.